Happy Tuesday evening, everyone. This is Jason, and I have my friend Jai with me tonight for some fun. Hey, Jai, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's so good to be back.
Happy Tuesday evening, everyone. Did you get that? Okay. I have so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah.
I am
We're good,
so
we're good.
excited. I'm so excited that we're going to be doing this tonight. It just, like I told you earlier, I've just missed it. It's one of those things that, we have had the best time doing intuitive guidance hits for people in tandem. And I have a really cute little story before we get into the serious stuff. Jai, I have been getting, those notifications on my YouTube, like recommendations for like lives we did 4 and 5 years ago, like the early ones, way back when, right?
Really?
And for those who were there, and there were a lot of people in those, and who have stuck with us since then, you'll remember those nights. We would go long and hard. And Jai, I was on there with you. I think it may have been on your channel actually, because it was recommended from Channel for Grace for some reason. And you remember
Mm-hmm.
I was big teaching the twin soul journey stuff to people, and I had Advent and I had come out of a separation, and he was helping moderate my channel. And so he was
Mm-hmm.
popping in those things, and all of a sudden I hear Jai as I'm finishing doing a reading. She's reading from the chat. Advent says, "Could you please tell my twin flame to stop taking butt selfies and sending them to me?" And I know. Do you remember that? My
I
face got
I
so.
actually don't, but like,
I was like, "Get out of here!" And I told my people, like, "Listen, I have taken a butt selfie in my life. That's not going to
he
happen."
was being a butthead?
What?
He was just being a butthead?
Being a butthead. He wanted us to do a reading for him. We weren't. We laughed him out of the chat. But I thought that
Oh
was so
my
funny when I
God.
look back and see it now, like 4 years later. And you got, your face was so red. I could tell you like didn't even read it.
I don't
You're
even
like, why
remember
did I
that.
read
Oh my
that?
God.
It was so
Dude,
funny, Jai.
that's
But that's
crazy.
just an
I'm
example,
actually
guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna share this out for a minute. So give me one
I don't
second
see it.
while I do this. You're definitely live.
Good.
There's people in the
So I know we
chat.
have. Okay, I found us. I want to get in the chat
Okay.
just in case anybody has any questions. There's Janie and Ariel and Zainab. Nice to see you guys. Welcome.
Yes.
Glad
Okay,
to have
we
all of you.
are
So I
live.
know we have a couple names on the list that I checked earlier. So I will get those updated. One
Oh,
is Malia. The
cool.
first one was Malia. And then somebody else I saw had sent Jensen on PayPal. So we can hang out and chat while we're waiting for people to come in too. Hey,
Yeah,
Taisha,
totally.
Taisha, nice to see you. I always call Taysha is how her name is spelled, and I always say Taisha, and it's Taisha. And she's probably corrected me in a very nice way a lot of times.
That's
So
hilarious.
welcome, Ty.
That's funny. Yeah, it's
Game
working. We're live.
Crusher.
People are in here. We're doing it.
I've got my super veggie green island green drink from or smoothie from Tropical Smoothie, my fave.
Nice.
The
Hello,
rate today,
Jeanette. How's it going, Jeanette? So
$33.33
Jeanette,
USD.
yeah, Jeanette is Game Crusher on here. And she's
Oh,
actually
okay.
new. She's new to your channel. She didn't know who you were when I was mentioning it. I gotta grab something.
Well, thank you for being here, Jeanette. I like the name. I was looking at your channel name and trying to figure out if I knew you, because I've had a few new people on that are that have stuff like that, like with game in
Mhm.
it, but it wasn't somebody I recognized. That's why I was.
It's her like nephew's like channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get
So
it.
it's like she's just
Makes
using
sense.
it, or yeah,
Yeah,
or
but
grandsons. I can't remember exactly, but anyways,
it
yeah.
makes
So
sense.
welcome everybody.
Yes,
Yeah,
welcome. We're
thank you.
excited. We're super excited. If you would be so kind, guys, as you pop in, hit the like button and share the broadcast with all of your peoples. And then also come in the chat and hang out, okay? Joan is here. Hey, Joan, nice to see you. Glad you made it in. Raven.
Ooh, Raven's here.
Raven.
Oh, hey, Raven.
Oh, Raven, that was you
Raven
that
too.
sent.
She's new to your channel too.
Yeah, Raven, that was you who sent a PayPal earlier to get on the list, right?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I think I said the name wrong. I said somebody Jensen, and is it John J? It is Jensen, Raven Jensen. I said Jensen like that was the first name. Sorry, Raven.
That's
I
funny.
knew who you were. Your grandson. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Well, I'm glad your grandson can be handy when you need help with technology. I need help sometimes too from my nephew who's about to be a middle schooler. So yeah. Yes. Okay, Raven, I've got you on. So is there anyone that I've missed, or is it just the two people? Has anyone else that's in the chat or just is popping in sent their energy exchange over? And if you haven't, but you're interested, it's again $33.33.
Okay, am I back?
I'm gonna. What happened?
I froze for a second because I accidentally turned the Wi-Fi off. What a retard.
Oh, okay. So here we go. 33,
I'm
33.
glad it didn't stop live streaming.
I didn't want to do it. Christy to there. I'm going to put the Cash App and PayPal guys up in the chat. These are the two options if you want to get on the list with us to get some intuitive guidance. Jai is amazing. And I mean, I'm so. So between the two of us, we should be able to hook you up with what you need.
Hey, babe. Don's here.
Don! Is he really? Hold
yeah.
on. Don, what are you doing, man?
You found us.
Big Apple?
Yeah, he is. He's in New York right now.
Nice.
Oh.
Wow, Don. Give my regards to Broadway. Just kidding. Can I think of... No, guys, Jai and I did not agree to think of the most stupid things we could say and then say them tonight. Or maybe we did. Maybe we did. God. Just not during the reading.
Good. It's good to be back.
Don. Hey, Don, I'm going to be out your way in June, so I plan to see you guys. So hopefully you'll be home or near home at that time. My brother is getting married, and he lives out in Chandler. There we go. Okay, guys, I just put it in the chat, the places that you can send your love offering and how much. It's $33.33. Went to Whole Foods. Don went to Whole Foods.
It's cracking me up.
I mean, Sharon said, this is my first time having knowledge of you both. That makes sense. Just scrolling through on YouTube.
Hi, Sharon.
Welcome here on live. Yeah, you're so welcome to hang with us. Even if you can't get a reading, if you can or would like to get a reading, go for it. But either way, we'll be happy to have you hang out with us and have a good time. It's not surprising that this is your first time hearing of us because, like I said, when we started the broadcast, Jai and I took a long hiatus from YouTube and most of social media because I just needed to step back. And I basically just kept myself going with my established clients. A lot of them kind of stepped up and got more readings than normal, which was great. I mean, they're very supportive to do that, but I needed the break. I needed to step back and kind of all that. So now we're back. This is our first time back and we're excited. And I know that it's going to be fun no matter what. So hang out with us and have fun. We always have fun doing this.
Yes, super excited.
Jai.
Yes.
What
I would like
talk about?
I would like us to share. Oh. Well, the first thing I was going to say is well, why don't we talk about do our special announcement?
I was going to say we should have a silence contest, but that's probably not going to be very good for being live on YouTube doing a broadcast. I don't know. You guys,
I think
you guys want us to do a who can be the quietest contest? Sorry, guys. Ariel sent a payment with
no, but in all seriousness, you guys, we have a really awesome announcement to make. Can I make it?
We do. It's going to be exciting. Do you want to?
Okay. Yeah, I want to make it.
Okay, we just got another list on the list. Ariel, I got that. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Janie.
so while you guys are getting on the list, I want to talk about our announcement. So here's the coolest thing ever. What I'm really excited about. So Jason and I are going to be leading a course together. The course is going to be called Liberating the Inner Child. And what we're going to study, what we're going to talk about, what we're going to go through is basically everything that has to do with what does it mean to liberate the inner child? What is the inner child? How do you even tap into the inner child? In the realm of the course, we're going to go over our Chiron in our chart because Chiron represents the core wound in our chart and where that insecurity lies. And I feel personally it's very connected to inner child healing because of the wounds that happen when you were a child the trauma that you carry on when you were a child have a lot to do with that Chiron wound. The other thing is the gene keys. So we're going to talk
before
about,
you go to the gene
yeah,
keys part. What isn't Chiron? Chiron is the wounded healer, right? Isn't that
he
what
is.
the name for Chiron, the wounded healer, like healing
Mhm.
from the place of the wound or something like that?
Yeah,
Like I think that's
yeah.
so beautiful. And when you mentioned Chiron in our meeting, I thought it was like a light bulb. Like, yep, that's
Oh yeah,
absolutely
it was.
going to be a part
It's
of it.
every time, you gotta talk about Chiron, and then the gene keys. We're gonna go through the gene keys activation sequence, which basically tells you your life's work, how you evolve, what challenges you, what's the hardest way for you to evolve, like the
Mhm.
shadow. Then when you transmute your shadows into gifts, how your inner light starts to shine, which also is connected to the inner child. And then at the very end of the activation sequence is your life purpose, which
Sorry.
is about like what you're here to be, right? So anyways, I just want to
Yeah.
give you a little bit like a rundown of what we're going to be talking about. And if you don't know what the gene keys are, dude, you're in for a freaking treat. You're in
I'm
for a
so
treat. The
sorry.
gene keys
I
are
don't.
amazing. What?
I am so sorry. I don't know if it's your internet or if it's just me, but it's like certain things you say are like taking long. Like when you said your inner light, it went inner light, did like a whole circle, and then
Wait,
some of them I was.
is that happening to you
I don't know.
guys too?
I'm gonna ask. I don't think so. It's probably just on my end.
No, it's
Is
probably
it
on
me?
my end. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Okay,
Okay.
so there's gonna be so we're gonna have a session where Jason's gonna do intuitive hits and basically use the tarot and
Yes.
oracle, I imagine.
Yeah.
To why don't you tell us what you're gonna do?
Well, so what I'm going to do is something that I've guys that those of you who do get readings from me and have for a long time you've noticed probably, and that I do a lot with people who are established and want to go further and deeper than just the normal questions about things, especially if it's a relationship reading. Is I like to look at why certain behaviors are repeating patterns or behaviors are repeating themselves in our lives, your lives, mine, etc. And inevitably it goes. I have found in the 5+ years that I've been doing that it's always due to past trauma and the worst behaviors we engage in that really ruin our relationships is due to childhood trauma and not knowing basically what the wounding is for sure, or even if you do, not understanding how to heal that inner child or even connect to that inner child and let that inner child free, let it off the hook. So it's a lot of that kind of stuff. And I think when we do some tarot there, we'll try to help you guys identify that wound, because you have to identify that wound. What was that core wound and how did it start to really help you move forward from it, right? I think that's such a pivotal piece of the puzzle, right? And I think tarot has helped me
Mm-hmm.
do it for other people, and it'll help in the class to help you guys identify those pieces. Hopefully, my fondest hope is that a lot of you will be willing to share, and we can spend some time in class talking about our own experiences and our own, wounding and what it led to. If everyone's, feels
Mm-hmm.
comfortable and is willing to share, that would be great. That is my fondest hope. It is an opportunity to heal, right? And it is going to go deep. So that's going to be kind of a thing where I think you don't have to share, but I think a lot of people will want to, right? And feel safe with the people who are here, because we're all here for the same reason, which is healing, spiritual growth, and then heck yeah, to become master manifestors and set the world on fire, right? It's all about that.
Yeah. No, and I love
Yeah.
it. And when we were talking about this whole thing, the first thing that came to me was shamanic journey. So that's the other thing that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing this like really powerful shamanic journey. Shamanic journeys
Mhm.
are to tap into the subconscious, and that's really where you're going to find the answers. And it's kind of like going into a dream and then deciphering what the dream means and what the messages are that your own subconscious is bringing to you. So we're going to do a powerful shamanic journey for the inner child healing, and at the very end, the culmination of the whole program is an Akashic healing chamber. And the Akashic healing chamber slash visualization slash meditation is basically just what it says. It's like we go into the Akashic records together and we receive healing, literally like
Right.
energy healing, all that stuff. So I can't freaking wait. Okay.
Taisha was asking what the
So
3333 gets them. So I was kind of explaining that in the chat.
perfect, perfect. So let me give a couple more details about our course, and then we can get started with the readings. So basically, the
Okay.
course begins March 16th. We're going to go for 6 weeks. So the last date is on the 20th. It will be happening on Thursday evenings, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And the cost will be 444. And we're going to hold this course inside my new global community. So if you go to my channel, it's called Channel for Grace. I have links in most of my recent videos to that community. If you already have an account, it'll be easier like to go in, but I'll have it all ready for sign up within the next week or so. And when we have it ready, we'll start posting and sharing and like announcing and all that stuff. So I'm really excited. And here's the other thing
Me too.
that I want
It's going
to
to be
say.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I usually work with women, right? I have a whole program called the Moon Goddess Training, which is it's a phenomenal program. However, I always get requests from the men because they want to take my courses, but they're for women. And so this is the first opportunity that I feel like I've ever done that
Not since we
has,
did that together, the
that's
Magic
not
Playground.
right. So
Well,
I'm so excited to like also invite like the men in. What I'm excited about. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited that you're going to have that
please join
experience.
us.
Because I don't know, we may have had, did we not have any men when we did the Magic, Finding the Magic Playground? I don't think, maybe we had one or
I don't think
two.
so. I don't think so. I don't remember.
Right. I know I had men in my twin flame Sunday night course thing group. It was more of a group. But yeah, that was like there were a couple men in that, but that was
Yeah.
definitely not the one we did.
Nelly, what's
This
going
is gonna be
on?
fun.
Okay, I want us to share which decks we're going to be using tonight.
Yes. Go for it. I'll let
Okay.
you lead.
So I'm going to be using this new deck that I've never used before. It's like fresh, brand new. It's called the Wee Moon Tarot. It was gifted to me by one of my husband's clients. I am so freaking excited to use it. I was just looking through the cards and they were blowing my mind. And for
Beautiful.
clarification, or if called, I'm going to be using the Gene Keys deck, which is called the Wisdom Keepers inner guidebook or tarot, whatever, oracle deck. So very Chiron like kind of messages from here. Also, we're going to be doing a giveaway, and I am going to be giving away one of my essential oil blends tonight. And this one is called Andromeda. And I make these starseed blends, you get them on my Etsy store, Eagle Star Jewels on Etsy. And the Andromeda blend has Melissa, eucalyptus, Hawaiian sandalwood, elderberry extract, coconut oil, and mica powder. And you just basically the way you use it is you just kind of roll it on you could roll it on your wrist. And this is for men and women. They smell really good. They're kind of like flowery smells. And so if you like the flower essences, then like freaking go for it. This one's amazing. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm the only one having this experience right now. I love it.
Wait.
But anyways, I'm going to be giving away one of these. Andromeda is a starseed marking, and it has to do with liberating the soul. So I thought that this is so funny that you came up with that word earlier, but the liberating the soul, liberating
I
the
love
soul,
that.
this would be the blend for that. So anyways, I'm done. What decks are you going to be using
Nice.
tonight?
Okay, yeah, that first deck that you showed them, I had her show me a lot of the actual cards, a few of the major arcana. It's a beautiful deck. It's really going to be nice. I'm going to be using the Syrian Starseed deck, my big deck, Syrian Starseed, and also the Deviant Moon. Deviant Moon. That's one of my newer decks. This was a gift from my sister. So I love these two decks, and they're going to be fun and good. Now I just put a little note in, guys. There's so far I have 4 on the list. I have Malia, Raven, Ariel, and Zainab. Did I miss anyone? I don't know if I missed anyone, but if I did, please let me know. Speak up, and we will get you added. And is Malia in the chat, guys? I didn't see her.
I don't remember, but if she comes in, I'll be on the lookout. You said
Okay.
Maria, Raven, who else?
Malia, Malia, Malia. So it's Malia, Raven, Ariel, and Zainab. That's who I have so far. And yeah, guys, we gave a discounted sort of price because that's a little less than what we would normally do. So you guys can get in here hopefully and get a reading with us. $33.33 USD, and you can send it to either one of the
Oh,
apps.
PayPal. Jeanette made a payment on PayPal.
Jeanette, sorry, Jeanette. Let me get you added. I apologize. I think you mentioned that earlier. Okay. Okay, so that's 5. And Jeanette, you're on here too. So I've got you guys added.
Okay.
And thank you, Michael.
Let's do the damn thing.
Jai's essential oil blends are so fabulous. I agree. I absolutely
Add
agree with
me, says Taisha. Where did you send your payment?
Oh, Taisha, did you send it to Cash App? Hey, Michael. My
Yes,
name sounds
Ariel.
like
Yes. So Ariel is actually Ariel.
Ariel. Okay, got it. Ariel.
Like the Little Mermaid.
Thank you. Very good. I've got you on the list, Ariel. And so you're third. We've got Malia. And see, Malia, I don't think she's in here yet. But we can come back to Malia. I'm sure she'll come
Raven.
in.
Yeah.
She will come in. So what we're gonna do, we'll skip number 1 and we'll go to number 2, Raven. And I'm gonna go Tasha. I'm gonna add Tasha. I don't know if Tasha, I didn't hold on, let me see what's going on there. Ah, you sent it to Cash App. Okay, thank you. I forgot that's why you use Cash App, Tasha. Taisha. Sorry. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Taisha.
Okay.
I've been doing that to her for like 2 years now. I swear. Like, could I be any more of a goof and a knucklehead? Sorry, Taisha.
So,
I'm sorry.
Here's.
I have just decided.
Oh, you know what? Do you want to do the prayer? Would you like to do the prayer?
Sure. I can do that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Source. Thank you, all spirit guides and ancestors. Thank you for gathering around Jai and myself. Thank you for helping us be here and keep the vibe high. After a very long time not being able to do this, we're so grateful and excited. And we just want to ask for and thank you for all of the assistance in getting everyone they need, the best messages they need for the highest good and for their highest guidance. Thank you for allowing us to connect to the truth of any questions that are asked tonight from those who get many readings, and also to assist anyone else in the chat who might need assistance or good guidance at this time. If they come in with an open heart, we know and trust that they will get the answers they need. Thank you so much. And thank you, Archangels. Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, thank you for being pillars, cornerstones, and guides. Satnam.
Satnam. Okay.
All right. So let's start
do
to make
this.
this
Raven.
happen.
Put up your question, Raven.
Okay, Zainab, thank you so much. I don't know how to take that, but I'll say thank you.
Oh yeah, so make sure that you guys have your question ready. And so when we call your name, post it into the chat. And we're going to be using, so obviously we're doing tarot oracle only, no astrology stuff. I do that on my channel when I do mini readings, but here we're just going to do the cards. Just wanted to clarify that as well.
Yeah, I mean, since this is definitely a tarot channel, when Jai and I do it on here, she keeps it pretty to the T with the tarot. But she's got some good decks out tonight.
Here we go. How can I best work with the energy of this new moon?
Good question.
Okay. Let's see what we get.
Jai, how many cards are you asking for from each deck? 2, 3, 1?
Yeah, I was thinking not my usual like long card pull, but I think
okay, I got 2 from the Styrian. I'll get 2 from my other one, unless 3 want to come out.
I think 2 sounds good.
Yeah, keep it classy. Keep it classy, San Diego.
Okay. How can I best work with the energy of this new moon? I'm going to start.
Okay.
So these cards are tarot cards, but I'm going to go with the messages that come at the bottom of the card more than like the traditional message. And if you want to add from the traditional message, Jason, please do. All
Okay.
right. So you got the 10 of fire, which I'm assuming is 10 of wands, and the fire priestess mother, which I'm assuming is maybe the queen of wands. Anyways, doesn't really matter. So here are the images are really, really beautiful on both of these cards. On one, we have, let me put one up at a time. She is like, I mean, honestly, what your name is Raven, and this girl looks like she's literally riding on a raven and her arms open to the freaking universe, you know? And what it says at the bottom of the card is embracing the universe. So the way to really work with this new moon, and that's funny because Pisces new moon is all about the subconscious, the infinite, the everything. It's the divine. So it is the universe. So this is you, Raven, riding on her raven with her arms open, embracing the fucking universe. And you see how the sun is like, it's so freaking bright.
I love that.
You get the fire priestess mother, which says tending the hearth. Is that how you say it? Tending the hearth. So there's the fire, and I mean, this is a beautiful, like, very, like, she's pregnant, I think, too. So I also feel like it's definitely one of the wands, but it could be the page, it could be the page, or it could be the queen, one or the other. But she has the spiral in her belly. It's hard to see because of my green screen, but she has a spiral in her belly. She's holding her belly. There's a fire. I mean, she's literally tending the hearth. So it's about opening your arms up to the universe, embracing the unknown, embracing the all, and then tending to it, right? Like those creations, those like sparks of life that are coming alive in you. That's how to do it, to like take care of it. So, wow, love that.
Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful, Jai. Okay, yeah, I get a lot of similar energy here from what I've got. Two cards came out from the Syrian Starseed deck. First of all, Raven, you got the 8 of crystals. Now, the crystals in Syrian Starseed correlate to the pentacles in the traditional chart. So this is actually like 8 of earth energy. So this is about you having reached a place here at this new moon in Pisces where you put the work in that you needed to put in order for something new to begin. This expansive time is ready to begin for you with this new moon, and you've done the work you needed to do to get there. You've also got the 2 of flames here. Okay, so you may have some tough choices along this road, but it's great to just remain open right now and let it expand and let the universe show you when it's time to choose. Right now, it looks like there's just a lot of energy of spiritual expansion and growth, and even probably where you're going to feel very, sort of in a very exciting, spiritual, passionate way. You're going to feel connected to a lot of people, especially to potentially a soul partner with the 2 of fire. No. And the Deviant Moon Tarot, some other stuff though, is kind of giving me some interesting side notes. You've got in your foundation, the Hierophant, right? Hierophant is here, Major Arcana, okay? The 5 of Swords, and the Emperor. The Emperor. So what I get from all of this, and when you sort of work in these 3 cards, yeah, it's a lot, right? The main thing I'm seeing here is for you is like, you have put in the focus, you've done the work. I mean, the 5 of Swords is moving away. You don't need to focus on, winning at all costs. You don't have to fight and scrap for anything anymore because it's yours. All you have to do is step into it and open your arms like that the card that Jai had. Just open your arms to the universe, because you're already coming out so strong. And that Hierophant is saying every aspect of this new creation, this new energy, whatever these two of flames are for you, all of this is divinely guided. And it's not just going to take you to something abundant and beautiful and exciting. You can trust that it's taking you to something that's going to be made for you, meant for you, created for you, and held aside for you until this moment, because that's what the Hierophant tells us, right? The Hierophant can represent things that are official, things that are legal, planned. It can even represent like a marriage, for example, or something long-term, a long-term agreement. But this is you receiving, right? You're receiving this added piece to your experience that maybe you didn't even know was coming. And part of the reason that you're receiving it is because you stepped away from this energy of the winning at all costs and, you know, needing to fight. It may have been a relationship, something you were fighting for at one time, that you realize, why am I fighting? All I have to do is let go, open my hands, let go, and allow the universe to show me and show it to me. And that's what's happening now. You're getting your reward. So just sit back and let this new moon do it for you. Arms
How
open.
beautiful is that?
I know, I love that.
From the Gene Keys deck, you get the 36 Gene Key, which is about from the shadow of turbulence to the gift of humanity to the city of compassion. The deepest role of the 36 gift is to help humans to become human by respecting others and by embracing your own suffering, whatever it looks like. My gift to you, I come to celebrate your humanity, to remind you of your innate goodness, feeling in you that is inherently wrong or bad. No matter what you've done or experienced in life, you are innocent at your core. What matters now is not that you feel, is not what you feel, but what you do with your feelings. I ask you, please don't reject your feelings or react to them. Simply acknowledge and embrace any emotional turbulence within you with compassion. Nervousness is only a sign that you have some feelings that need to be seen and embraced. Do not run from your pain, for along with your pain comes a great deal of pleasure.
And that's it. It's right here.
Yeah.
It's the balance.
It's about, duality, I feel it very opening. Open your heart. I feel like strong heart opening.
Oh yeah. And I feel like, exactly. I feel like this is your time to experience the contrast. You know, the good, you've been through the darkness, and now you get to experience the contrast, the good side.
Are you kidding? She says her 36 Gene Key is her design moon, which means it's in her human design and it's on her moon. Her design moon. That's cool. Insane. Wow. So okay. So, and it has to do with emotions. Wow. Okay. Beautiful, Raven. Awesome.
Okay. So we got Taisha and Nelly added to the list. So next will be, I don't know, Malia. Is Malia here? We have Malia at the top, but we skipped to second, which was Raven. And next will be Ariel. If Malia is not here, and I don't think she is. So go ahead, Ariel. Yeah, so what we can do is, let's see, we got Ariel, Zainab, Jeanette, Taisha, and Nelly so far. Did I miss anybody?
I think we're good. Yeah, that was a powerful reading.
Oh yeah, that was not by accident. I mean, never is, but that was like, wow.
Right? Dude, I love these cards. Here's Ariel's question. I need a clue from Spirit. I'm receiving too many specific ideas. Where should I focus in this larger moment? I'm getting frazzled in the enormity of my vision. Oh, so narrowing it down. You know what's so funny about that? I just got hit. We're having I was just doing, because I'm working on the astrology for the membership, and there's a moon, there's a full moon in Virgo. So we just had, so in 2 weeks, we're going to have a full moon in Virgo, which is about getting specific, you know, and focusing on the details. So this is the perfect time to start to work on what you want to get more specific about. So, well, yeah, this is cool. Let's see what the cards say.
And I needed to hear that too.
It is. It's the last full moon of the astrological year.
Yep. Oh, well, yeah.
All right. What does Ariel need to know?
I got mad and I have to get a new gym membership. My gym was smelling bad when I walked inside a few times recently or something, you know, just some weird characters there. Got to change the environment, find a nice new gym.
All right. Feel free, if you get first, to go first. We're just kind of shuffling cards for a second.
Well, I feel like I can understand why Ariel is so kind of overwhelmed.
Whoa.
Man.
Oh my God, my cards just fell everywhere.
I had 4 cards fly out at once. I'm sweating.
That was hilarious. Both of our cards just fell everywhere.
Dang. Oh, shoot.
I got
Another
a
one.
lot of air. So I got 2 air cards. I mean, yeah, mind
Wow.
stuff, you know? So let me start.
Okay.
Um, okay, so 5 of air, which would be, oh, interesting. 5 of swords. But this card says inspiration. I'm gonna go with the inspiration message. So in this image, you see this
Oh,
like beautiful person who's playing looks like a cello or something like that. And from the music, there's like, oh yeah, from the fire, there's fire and water. So there's the duality here. From the fire that is painted on the instrument flies out this beautiful bird that to me obviously reminds me of the phoenix. And so I
mm,
think that overall, I think this is giving us like an overall theme is that it's such, like you said, you're in this space of inspiration and like activation, and there's a lot going on. And I feel like you're in that moment of the fire that you haven't yet sort of been able to like find, the center, that you're kind of in the middle of all of it. That's the feeling that I get. But it feels exciting. It doesn't feel like this is a bad thing at all. It's just that there's just so much. It feels like so much. Plus the bird is flying up to the moon, and the full moon in this card obviously represents the emotion. We just talked about the full moon in Virgo. So I feel like there's a lot of mental energy because this is an air card, but you have to transmute it. You have to like do that gene key stuff, like transmute the shadow within it that you're experiencing right now into the gift and let it rise up and understand your emotions at a deeper level. And then you also get the 3 of air, which I think is the 3 of swords, but yeah, it should be. Anyways, in this card, it says intuition. And look at how cool of a picture this is,
mm,
like the moon on the forehead, like the big hair,
Echo.
and it's like the universe, but it's about listening to your intuition. And there's like also the big hair also kind of tells me that there's so much in your head, like that's
Yeah.
the big ideas, but the tapping into it, I think, is for me what's coming through is tapping into your emotions and which one of these ideas is the one that feels like the right one, like in your gut. Like it's asking you to tap into the gut, but this is
Mm.
inspiration coming alive in you. So just follow that, tap into your gut to figure out the one that is the most important. That's what I got so far.
Wow, that's beautiful. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, from the Deviant Moon Tarot, so far what I've got is this is where 4 cards came out. The Major Arcana, the Lovers, right here. This is Gemini energy, and I can understand if you're experiencing some type of energy, Gemini energy in your life, that could be overwhelming if you're not used to it. It's fast moving. That's Mercury ruled sign, fast moving energy. So, and it could also mean more than just one thing. It could mean, that you're trying to find your identity or really assert yourself or in a very balanced way between your masculine side and your feminine side, finding the right sort of place to lean your energy more. And then it could also mean that you have a soulmate connection that's also come around that's very intense. And if you're in the middle of some sort of up and down energy with that is understandable. But I see coming towards you the Knight of Wands. This is not, this deck is crazy, but it looks like a grasshopper riding a flea or something. I don't know. That's the Knight of Wands. Fire energy coming towards you. And it feels like a Leo energy, a really strong, overwhelming energy of Leo, like maybe someone with double Leo, like Leo sun and Leo moon. Oops, sorry. A Leo sun and a Leo moon. Sorry, guys. And then it could also be, just that's the energy they're coming in with, like super, like, passionate. They want to make you theirs, all of that. You have got for you this 4 of Pentacles here and the 5 of Cups. So these 2 signs are partly why I think you might be feeling overwhelmed, because you might be in a place based on these 2 cards where you have some things from the past that you haven't been able to some things from the past. That person's holding on to the Pentacles, but see, at this point in time, the Pentacles are no longer, it's like money that's gone out of circulation. So they're holding on as if it's so valuable because it mattered to them, but it actually is just, there's no room now for them to receive the new, which they need, because this isn't worth anything now, but they can't let go of it. So you can figure out what that could be. And then there's also, with this 5 of Cups, the need for you to move through a little bit of a grieving process. This doesn't feel like something super heavy, but yeah, I mean, listen, like a death is harder than is more serious and harder than a breakup. But you know what? When you're going through a breakup, it feels like a death in a way, right? So this is for you to sort of assess how serious and heavy it is, rather than us. But it is time for you to focus on the 2 cups that are standing. It looks like there's someone in your immediate world that's kind of made it difficult for you to be able to grieve this and not feel guilty about it. You can see this person is trying to focus or do something, and they're having to put their fingers in their ears while this older woman is kind of scolding them. And what that person's also doing as she scolds that person, her hands cutting into the moon. And what that says to me is she's literally doing more than just scolding them. She's blocking their desires from being able to be made manifest, because they can't tap into the things that make them happy. So there's a lot going on here that could cause other stuff in your orbit to be very overwhelming. And just when Jai and I were shuffling the cards, we could feel that energy is like, I mean, the card's just flying out, which can be good if you're in tune with it and ready to make something happen. Or it can be scary and tough if you've got a lot going on at once and you haven't really been expecting it, or you need to prepare in some other way. But transition, major arcana transition. I like this. I think it's good. It's time to release those things, whatever all of this was here. 5 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and this transition energy is exactly what it's saying. And then as the result of that, you've got the Ace of Chalices here, which is a beautiful energy. That's the gift of the universe presenting and just allowing a new energy of love or emotion and emotions to flow within you and through you and toward whoever you want to share those energies with in a very beautiful way. That's a good card to be the result of transition. So it's going to get better. It's going to get better pretty quick.
That, you know, that really plays into the Phoenix rising from the ashes in this card. And then the card from the Gene Keys that you got is the 56 Gene Key, and it has the gift of enrichment. It goes from the shadow of distraction to the gift of enrichment to the city of intoxication. True enjoyment is rooted inside your being rather than in the external. My gift to you. I come to bring you true enrichment, not mere enjoyment or entertainment. I want you to get the most out of your life so that you can enhance the lives of others. But first, you must learn to balance fun with seriousness, and you must wake up to all of the ways you distract yourself from who you are and how you truly feel. It's time to learn to discern between that which genuinely nourishes you and that which saps your spirit. Notice where you are still a victim of your senses, of overindulgence and self-deprivation. I care less about what you do than where you come from. Come from fear, and you'll likely do too much, too little, or all at the wrong time. Come from love, and you won't need rules and protocols to guide you. Eventually, your attention will turn inwards towards gratitude, and your presence will enrich the world. Oh, I love how they give those like that finished feeling to it.
That was beautiful, Jai. I mean, that felt right for her.
Really summarized it, you know? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it. Beautiful.
Called her straight out, she said. She said, "You called me straight out." So I mean, funny. When it's for you, right? That was for you. All right. So thank you, Ariel. Next is Zainab, Madam Z.
Okay. And Michael got on the list too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So we've got Zainab, Jeanette, Taisha, Nelly, and Michael. And of course, we've got Malia hanging out there. So hopefully Malia will get in here at some point.
So Zainab's question.
I'm gonna message her. Hang on one sec, Jai. I'm going to message Malia.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
She might have, gotten sidetracked and forgot.
You're welcome, Ariel. Thank you again for getting a reading tonight. Zainab says, messages from spirit regarding relationships, work, and personal. Okay. Well, I'm going to start shuffling cards for you, Zainab. Messages from spirit regarding relationships, work, and personal. What does Zainab need to know about her relationships, work, and personal? What insight will help her understand, whoa, her relationships. So I'm going to pull one card for work, and then I'm going to do the second card for personal relationships and see what comes out. Oh my God. Okay, so can we just pick those up?
Oh, wow. Whoa. My goodness.
Did you get flyers too?
These cards are possessed.
All right, let's see
Ooh.
what we got. Okay, actually, okay, so this is for work relationships. The one of water. There's this really beautiful picture of, it's like a mermaid holding this vase. It gives me like Aquarius vibes for some reason. Aquarius, believe it or not, is Pisces and Aquarius at the same time. Aquarius is the sign that is actually the water bearer. Even though he's air, he holds the water and he pours it, he pours the love into the Aquarian age kind of thing. That's kind of how I read it. And the mermaid here represents obviously the energy of Pisces. So we're in Pisces season. Pisces season is the last season of the zodiac. And this is the time of completion. We're finishing out the year, the astrological year. So what this means with obviously the one of water, which is about like, there are all the aces are like the manifesting energy of the suit. And so this is about putting your emotions, your heart into it. It's like, what does your heart want? What is that intention that's hidden in your heart that you want to, it's like an offering. I feel like your heart wants to offer something to the relationships at work. What is that? You have to tap into that. Ask yourself what that is. In terms of personal relationships, you get the Four of Earth. Let me show you the picture. It says familiars. Familiars. Yeah, I think that's what it says. But this is such an interesting image. So there's a person in a wheelchair, but she looks like she's being loved on by all of her little goats. She's got one on her lap. I mean, I just feel like love. I feel love in this card, and I feel like contentment, and I feel like satisfaction. And so, in terms of the personal relationships, I would say if it's not feeling in this place right now, how can you find that in your life? How can you find that contentment and the satisfactions to get rid of the things that don't give you that and put in place the things that do? Because it's like, person in a wheelchair, you would think, well, they're probably like depressed all the time because they can't walk or whatever. But in this picture, you see this person like so happy, and receiving so much love. And look for the things that are familiar to you, meaning you feel really good around these things and around these people. And then that's how you'll know that's the energy that you're looking for in your personal relationships. That's what I got.
Nice. Cool. So that's very nice. So relationships, work, and personal, that's sort of what you're asking for us to look at. And I kind of see, the kind of big picture for your relationships, and both at work and personal, and how some of them may kind of be a little bit of both. Not in a bad way. I just think they can obviously we make friends in the workplace, right? And relationships can carry over into our personal life. They don't always have to be, super close, but they're definitely going to be there. So what I want to say is, from the Syrian Starseed deck, the first card that came out is the Tower. And I know why. I think what this is about, I know Zainab just recently, not very long ago, late into 2022, I think, left one job and started another. So you're kind of, for all intents and purposes, the new kid on the playground at your job, and getting to know other people now. And so you've come from this sort of energy of, it feels very destructive, to an energy of building. You've got the Seven of Crystals here. And, I think this is a representation of where you're at, of where you were when you got there, and kind of where you're built, what you're building to, and having patience and understanding that everything happens in its right time and season. But this is a lot better energy and a building energy than where you come from, right? So you're definitely moving into something that's a lot more hopeful and abundant. I don't think you're feeling like you're a part of the gang yet, because this person is there in their blanket out on the green grass, doing their whatever they're doing with their crystals, right? But they're not, it doesn't look like a very engaged energy. However, there's lots more to come. In the Deviant Moon, the first card that you have here is the Three of Pentacles. I always, in every reading I do, if the Three of Pentacles comes out, it's almost always representative of somebody being in a situation where they're at the beginning stages of building a relationship or relationships. And that's obviously where you are. You're at the beginning, and there's a lot being built up right now. That's kind of a really fun place to be when you're getting to know someone or many people, and you guys are, you know, exchanging ideas and pinging each other when you get good ideas, and, you know, talking about what you know and they talk about what they know. Especially, well, Jai and I, especially being Gemini and Virgo, both the Mercury ruled signs, I'm sure that's why we both probably love that. That's one of my favorite times, you know, anywhere in a relationship or at work or anything. And that's kind of where you're at here. So enjoy that. The Wheel of Fortune is here also, major arcana. Remember what you experienced, where you come from, that tower, it doesn't need to be like that here. This is, try not to bring your traumas or wounding with you, because this wheel is turning so that you can have a fresh new experience and something completely detached from your past. And it looks like you're being assisted here. You do have two male energies coming in. You have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups, both, I think, in the workplace, it feels like. And what it feels like is there's just two men who have really, you've got their attention just by who you are, what you do. They're watching you, they're interested, you have, you know, piqued their curiosity, and the universe has kind of set this up so that there can be something for you to build on as you get more comfortable there. These are two people who, I don't know if they're superiors, but they're people who can be of assistance to you in the workplace and make you feel more comfortable and like you're a part of things. So with that Ace of Pentacles coming in for you, it's really important that you take that perspective about everyone that you're encountering, that they're going to be people who are going to see the best in you and respect your boundaries and let you go really far in this new job. And you don't need to worry about things that maybe you've experienced in the past at other jobs, not getting the promotion over someone else or whatever it was. Because this is a clean slate, and it feels abundant, hopeful, and you're building here, and there's not, you know, you're building with others. You're going to build something very solid and stable that you can rely on. Okay. Yeah.
I love that. And then from the gene keys, you get the 25th gene key, which is the gift of acceptance. And it moves from the shadow of constriction to the gift of acceptance to the city of universal love. My gift to you. When I look into your eyes, I see innocence and trustworthiness, a deep optimism that remains untouched no matter what has happened in your life. I know from experience just how difficult it can be to experience true acceptance of yourself and of another. Like me, you will be tested in this life, but I am here to reassure you that if you commit yourself to embracing your deepest wounds, no matter how deep and painful they are, you will find that there is no wound in this whole world that you cannot beat or embrace. Worries and grudges will naturally slip away, and wherever you go, you will know in the depths of your heart that you belong. I come to bathe you in the warmth of unconditional and universal love. You are so worthy. And
How
that, and I,
beautiful is that?
yeah, and I feel that definitely in the two cards that came out for you here is you do have something to offer to the world, and you can find happiness. And that's what's awaiting you. It's just a matter of right? Like liberating your inner child. I'm just
Yep.
kidding. But you
Seriously
know what I
though,
mean? Like it is. It's like
right
you got to
there.
find that deeper healing,
I
to
love it.
find that acceptance in your life to continue moving forward. Yeah, you're
That's
welcome.
beautiful, Jai. That's really beautiful. And Zainab, I hope that all of what we had for you really resonates and gives you some good insight to where you're headed and where you know, as opposed to where you've been. Guys, I'm going to put in the chat real quick the rest of the list, just so anyone who's on the list is wondering, and anyone who wants to get on the list knows what's left. We've just got to come back to the top for Malia at the end. And right now we're at Jeanette, then Taisha, Nellie, and Michael. So we've got 5 left. So there's plenty of room if you want to get on the list. No pressure, but we got plenty of time and plenty of room if you would like to get your name in to get some intuitive guidance from me and she. All right, so let's start with Jeanette. Jeanette, put your question up and we will get you what you need, hopefully.
All right, let's see.
We're gonna try. No, we will. I promise. We have faith.
Cards are already coming out for you, Jeanette. I know
Thank you,
Jeanette, so I'm
Michael.
just gonna.
Thank you, Michael, for sending the extra.
She just started the Moon Goddess training. Oh,
Michael
that's
sent
so sweet.
$33 to Cash App, Jai, and then I guess he didn't realize. So then he sent 33 cents just now. I didn't even notice that, Michael. Good,
That's
honest
good to
man right
know.
there. See, he could have gotten by without that 33 cents being sent to us. He would do it.
Okay, I'm asking for insights to what my inner child wants to know. Okay, and then Malia.
Malia just came on. So Malia,
Yeah.
hey Malia, we're doing Jeanette's right now, and we're gonna come. If you can hang out for just a minute, we will come back and do you, because you were actually at the top of the list. So I know you just have been busy, but if you can hang out for a few minutes, we'll come back to you in just a sec.
Okay, so
Dear.
you get, which one is the fourth major arcana? Do you know, Jason? The fourth one?
Yeah, it's the Emperor. Wait, Emperor. No,
The High Priestess?
no, High Priestess is number 2, and then 3 is the Empress, and then 4 is the Emperor. Yeah.
Okay,
Right, guys?
so basically, but look at this deck. So I'm trying to like make the connections. The Empowerer. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
It's so beautiful, right?
Okay.
It says on the bottom, wisdom, compassion, and power. Do you know what this reminds
Love
me
that.
of?
What?
Kuan Yin. That's what it's, because she's sitting on a lotus flower.
Master.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Ascended Master Kuan Yin, one of my favorites.
Yes. So Kuan Yin is about compassion. So you're asking, like, what does your inner child need to know right now, or wants to know right now, is step into compassion, like empowering, the empowering energy of understanding, of being seen, of feeling heard, right? The wisdom, the compassion, and the power that comes through when you tap into the essence of who you are, right? Like, this is so beautiful. So like, I think what it needs to know is that it is loved. Your inner child needs to know. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
Quit it, Rajai. How are you going to bring Kuan Yin into this night?
Okay. And then the next one. Holy shit. This is so interesting. This is a very Eastern energy kind of a message. The 9 of air. But this one says prayer flags flying.
9 of air. So that's 9 of swords.
Yeah, but it says prayer flags flying.
Wow. So somebody's very like Eastern. Putting out a lot of prayer.
Yeah, both of these are very Eastern messages, like from the Eastern, tradition. Kuan Yin, the prayer flags, like from Nepal and all that stuff. So this is like, the prayer flags represent a lot, right? Like there's a lot of like, obviously there's like, I feel like these prayers that have been like, they're hanging, they're up. People can see them, like your spirit guides can see them, your angels can see them, like your inner child can see them. And these prayers that you have set, for yourself, or that I feel like your inner child has set these prayers. It's like the essence of you is holding on to this like beautiful frequency. And it's about tapping into your ability to actually receive them, to like awaken that within you. The prayer flags also, they put them up to represent also like the balance and like the connection to the divine. And all of this just kind of speaks to that. It's such a beautiful, like the question was, what does your inner child want to know? It's like, it wants to know that it's being heard. It wants to know that it's being seen, and it wants to know that its prayers, its intentions are being answered.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. That's beautiful, Jai. I was thinking before, while I was shuffling, about, gosh, your inner child, what does your inner child want to know? It really depends to all those things. I agree. I think it also depends on where you are at in your journey. Because, when you're not quite healed yet, or you're not aware of the inner child and what the inner child is doing to keep you from harm, which is most of the time what it does 24/7, or thinks that they're doing, which is actually instead protecting you to the point that you can't experience anything good. It gets too much until you heal. I think the inner child wants you to know all those things, and also wants to know that you're going to be, someone's going to protect you if the inner child can't do it, because that's the big key, is to make sure the inner child knows you're grown, you're now awakened, and with part of that, you recognize boundaries and the importance of all that, so that you can tell the inner child, like, we got this, I got this together, we got this. Don't be afraid to let me experience my life without trying to send me into a defensive posture so that I can't have, expansion and love and abundance and all that. So that's a big one. You got some really interesting things here that I think are so beautiful as far as where you are and where you're headed. In your foundation, the strength card. So right there, the strength card, I think that exactly right there tells you, I think the inner child is saying, like, I'm protecting you, and you don't need to worry. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's what it's supposed to do. However, it's kind of like why we're having this whole course. The inner child is doing this because the trauma has caused that protective energy and that building a fence, building a wall. And that could be part of it, to where it's time to, go deep, do a deep dive and let the inner child off the hook, free, and start experiencing life, reclaiming that childhood or wherever the trauma happened, and experiencing life so that through your childhood's eyes, and enjoying all of the things that maybe the inner child has got stuck in the defense mode and didn't get to enjoy for you. You also have the 10 of Cups. So that's the ultimate in love and happiness. And so that's a good thing. I think that's like saying that you have made a lot of progress spiritually, and that you're capable of feeling and having that experience. But there is still some defensive energy, kind of, because what's coming out right beside it is the 7 of Swords. And that is like self-deception. And so when I look at it next to the 10 of Cups, I think there might be a part of this happens to all of us, not just you. So I'm going to say our inner child that always wants to come back and protect us from some of the best things that happen to us. And just be aware of that part of what happened, if there was this beautiful love opportunity, is the inner child was automatically looking for deception, or that it wasn't real, or that there was something that is searching for a reason to not let that in. And that can be why we get defensive ourselves and look for, expect people to hurt us or let us down. But I think you're going to be okay. I mean, you've got those cards, and then at the outcome, you've got, can you see it? Judgment. Judgment's happening. So there's this awakening or a rising up. Kind of, if it's not an awakening, it could also be, in a very real way and tangible way, gaining a new perspective and understanding about something that you've been stuck on, or had a perspective that wasn't really serving you or anyone else around you. And there's this new perspective, because based on the other stuff, I feel like it's a perspective change, a shift that's really going to be healthy for you and make you feel stronger, make you feel empowered. And it's definitely connected to the inner child. Last but not least, with the Syrian starseed, the 9 of Crystals, 5 of Orbs. So in order to experience that, true self-expression of what makes you happy, you have to first really know that. You have to be able to connect to your feelings, the light and dark feelings, the negative and the positive. And sometimes part of the inner child issue, if the inner child gets stuck at a really young age, damaged, traumatized, it becomes almost impossible as you get to be an adult. If you haven't dealt with that or had cognitive therapy, it becomes almost impossible to truly know what you're feeling when it's a certain negative feeling or whatever, because you've gotten so accustomed to not showing that, suppressing that, and behaving in a completely different way than what your feelings are showing you by your family or wherever the trauma started. So there's a little bit of that we're going to want to let go of, so that you can really indulge the inner child and you, with the 9 of Crystals here. That's all of that earth energy that you want to just bathe in yourself. It's all about taking care of you. And part of that also here with the 5 of Orbs is about recognizing the difference between taking care of yourself and loving yourself and wanting to be the best version of yourself, and winning at all costs and your ego. They're not the same thing. And don't ever let anyone make you think, or let your childhood and any traumas make you think that if you do what's best for you, that you're being selfish or it's your ego. No, no, no. Self-care, self-love, that has to be the ultimate and has to come first. You cannot go anywhere without it. Like it's the only thing that matters. And if you're not doing that, nothing else can matter. So don't ever apologize or let anyone get into your head about you choosing yourself first, taking care of yourself first, right? That's all this is about. That does not mean that you're, you have a big ego or you're arrogant or anything like that. Nope, you're good.
Love that. And you had originally asked the question, what does your inner child need to know? And this one is almost like your inner child telling you this. And it's the 35th gene key with the gift of adventure. To live with an open heart is to live in a perpetual state of adventure. This gene key moves from the shadow of hunger to the gift of adventure to the city of boundlessness. My gift to you. I come to make sure that the progress of your outer life isn't happening at the expense of your inner life. You will never solve your problems by stuffing yourself with experiences, people, or objects, nor will you solve your problems by starving yourself. It is time to face the hunger inside of you with humility. Allow yourself to see and feel how you are held hostage by it and how so many, if not all, of your actions arise out of this insatiable craving. Only then will you begin to feel and experience the freedom you truly seek. It is time to give unconditionally, for unconditional giving is the path to freedom, joy, and boundless adventure. Look out at the horizon and ask yourself, what more can I give? That's Kuan Yin too, right there. Unconditional love.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to do it all. Mind, body, spirit. It's good to eat right and be healthy and exercise and all that, but the spiritual work can be the part we avoid the most, but it's really the most important because that's what's eternal, guys. God is eternal.
Well, there you go.
The flesh is nothing. It gets old and it's gonna turn into dust. That's it's all gonna be dust. But our souls are eternal, and that's what needs the attention more than anything. Michael and I were just having a discussion about this last night and how important it is. Okay, so thank you so much, Jeanette. I hope that made sense, Jeanette. I know that was kind of
for some reason I was like, what is I interpreted as what does my inner child need to know? But but when I got to this last card, it was very clear this is what the inner child wants to tell you. And so the message came through, whether I thought saw the right question or not.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it's so beautiful. I think that the inner child's right. Like, yeah, do the work, to take care of yourself, all of that, but don't ever let that out external stuff, right? Whether it's the way you're eating or exercise, don't let that become more important than the internal, because that is what's gonna we don't create from our body being in shape. Our soul is what can manifest anything. I love it though too. I think that's beautiful, Jai. So next is Taisha. And I think I pronounced her name right.
Malia.
Oh, we're gonna come to, I'm sorry, Ty, we're gonna go back to Malia because she was actually top of the list and just came in. So we'll do Malia and then Taisha, Nelly, and Michael. So we've got Malia, Taisha, Nelly, and Michael. And that's it. If anybody else wants to get added, you know what to do. I'm gonna put the info again in the chat. Maybe
Dude, I'm really liking these new cards I got. They're really, really cool.
They're beautiful, Jai. Yeah. What is the one you're reading at the end is a gene key card?
Oh yeah, this one is beyond the Wisdom Keepers.
Okay, I think I've seen you use those before.
It's co-created by Rosie Aronson and then the channeler of the gene keys, Richard Rudd.
Okay. How long have you had that deck?
I don't remember.
It seems like I've seen it before.
I don't remember honestly how long. I've had it for at least a year, maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I
I feel
don't.
like I've definitely seen you use it before when I was around. So, um,
Mm.
well,
Nice.
Malia's sending me a message on offline. I don't know if she left or hold on. Is she in the chat?
I don't see her in the chat anymore.
Okay.
She said
Sorry,
she was
guys.
here
I'm
and then
sorry.
didn't.
Yeah, she was here. Taisha, and I couldn't see what her message said before it went off, but I'll check in a minute. So, Taisha, if you want to go ahead and put your question up, we can come back to Malia's. She might have put it in the text. Sorry, guys.
All good.
I know it's just like I thought. I thought we were going to get a question.
Hey, Anne. Hello, Anne. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome in.
Yay, Rebecca and Ann, welcome.
Oh, I'm here. I just couldn't, it wouldn't let me copy paste my question. Hmm.
Oh, there's Malia. Okay, so you sent it to me? Hold on.
Okay, so he's gonna go check it real quick. Then sorry, I guess we are doing Malia's reading. Oh my God, too funny. See, Nelly has a little note. If it's over 200 characters, just copy and paste half in two separate texts. Yep. You have to do that, yeah. When the messages are like way too long. Oh my God, that's too funny. So, wait, I can't hear you.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, Jai.
Oh,
So Malia basically
okay.
was saying that she's had kind of a rough day because a friend, a young friend of her daughter, I think I got this right. It's a long one, and I can't keep it pulled up, but friend of her daughter told someone at school that she wanted to take her own life or something like that. And so she's just seen the results on her daughter being very, emotional, and her daughter's very gifted and I mean, basically probably an indigo child. She's got maybe that activated extra strand of DNA, like Dolores Cannon talked about with these younger kids that are coming in, these souls. And Malia was just sort of wanting to know what the outlook is for her daughter and her daughter's sister, and for healing, and for the two of them to what we see happening for them. Did I get that right, Malia?
Okay.
I'm not sorry if I didn't. I was trying to, because I couldn't keep it toggled to read the message and be on here, so I was trying to read it all and remember it and come back. So hopefully that made some sense. Is there anything you want to add in the chat?
Okay.
Okay, you're welcome. No problem, my friend. Thanks, Taisha. We'll come. Yours will be next.
Okay, so it's interesting because you actually got the Four of Earth, just like we pulled in I don't know, was the last reading. And so I wanted to go into the book to see what this book actually talks about this. And it's talking about how this has to do with giving love and support where needed. And as you do that, you open your heart to receive as well. And I think that the message here is that just hold that support for these, these your children and your sister that are going through this kind of difficult time, and also maybe teach, like remind, your daughter that she can give love to, like that she's able to do that. And when she opens her heart, then the heart, of others will open, and she will be able to also receive that love right back. I think this is about just holding space too. I think there needs to be a lot of space being held right now for what's happening, and also to be, to remind um everyone that like everything's okay, because I think that in these times, when especially when those things come up, it can feel like there is nothing supporting us, but the truth is that that's the main thing, is that to know that you are loved. So however that needs to come through. And then the other card that you get is actually the moon, and it says lunar power. And obviously the moon card has to do with our, our fears, like emotional fears. And I think that right now this is obviously coming up really strongly right now, the fear of like, what if this happens? What if that happens? And it's about not like facing the fears, but just acknowledging that they're there. It's the subconscious coming through. And this is also a huge opportunity to teach your daughter about, facing fears in a healthy way, right? Because obviously someone's fears are coming up. There's an unhealthy way of dealing with that, and there's a healthy way of dealing with it. And so I feel like dealing with the emotions, teaching your daughter, everyone involved to deal with the emotions in a healthy way is going to be really, really important in this situation. But that's what I'm getting.
Yep. All of that. She put a comment in the chat, I think, in response, Shai, to what you said. Yes, Malia, I'm kind of what Jai said, 100% kind of, this kind of all goes with that. So from the Syrian Starseed Tarot, foundationally, you've got the Master of Chalices. That's like the Master of Cups. What that's saying is that, it goes, Master is the highest. Okay, so this is saying that when it comes to the flow of emotion and how to deal with that, understand it, etc., you are viewed here as a master. So your daughter knows that she can bring it. I feel based on that she knows she can bring anything to you. So you've also got the Reason card, which is a major arcana. It correlates to the Emperor, but in this case, it's a little different. It's Reason, but it's like, the fact that she sees you as someone this in charge, but also this reasonable and strong and approachable, is a good thing. Now, when it comes to her growth and then, her relationship with anyone, including her sister, you have the Six of Flames, okay? And then the Strength card. So I really like this as far as it gives me a pretty good insight into where things are headed for her. And that, the Strength card is a great major arcana, good card. This Six of Flames, same as in any other tarot, it's about coming home, being lauded when you return from like a battle, or it's even coming home to yourself, right? Returning to, that's how I have felt since my breakup. Like sad, it's very sad, of course. I miss the relationship. It was a beautiful relationship. I love that person, but also I lost myself in that, right? I learned that I needed to be really good at boundaries. Like I'm not, and I wasn't healthy enough like I thought I was, because that changed really quick. And what I've noticed is now I feel back to myself. I feel like I've come home to myself, and I'm just glad to be here. This is the same thing. Your daughter is going to have a feeling as she grows of really knowing more and more who she is. A lot of kids go through their teenage years and it gets really awkward, and they're trying to figure out who they are, and all they know is they can't stand their parents and all this stuff that it's sort of a common thing. I feel just the opposite. I feel like you're going to be there for her. She's going to be very close to you. And it's not going to be a dysfunctional relationship at all. And in turn, she's going to have a pretty good, sense of who she is throughout her teen years. And I like that a lot. Look, I mean, you come out in the tarot as the Empress, okay? Strong, maternal, kind, loving. That's how you want her to see you. You also show as being, this is Two of Wands here. I don't know if you can see. Two of Wands, right? And then the Strength card again. So she's at a crossroads right now where she's got choices to make that are going to bring her face to face with her adult self and who she's becoming, her gifts. I know she's very intuitive. This is masculine and feminine energy in the card. It's also sort of yin yang energy. So I think when we look at where she's at now as a child and what she's moving toward, I don't think it's anything to be afraid of, but I do think it's a great opportunity to prepare her spiritually by letting her know that, if she has any questions about your experiences you've had, because I know she's told you things about maybe hearing people that had passed and stuff. That's special and that's big. And I think it's so great that you encouraged her to just tell you, and that you're not going to judge her or say, what are you talking about? That's beautiful. And I would say just keep doing that, and just even maybe reiterate how open you are to any questions she might have or anything else. But I think that, I think she's going to be fine. In the foundation, she has the Ace of Cups. So again, more opportunity to receive and to be receptive to getting into that flow, and the universe sending that energy to her, that watery energy, so that she can be ready to stay in and grow in that flow of emotions and how that helps your intuition. That's what I've got.
You know, I love that. I can't wait to show you this card that I got from the Gene Keys. But Malia, do you know what her human design is? Your daughter's human design? Because that would actually help a lot with kind of
Oh yeah.
understanding how she's receiving it. But how crazy is that we got the 30th Gene Key, but look who's on the freaking card.
Robin Williams?
Robin Williams.
Is that seriously?
And yeah. I mean, he did, right? He killed himself, right?
Yep.
I know, but
oh my God, that's crazy.
Crazy that we're talking about this.
No coincidences, guys. Isn't that crazy? No, there is no coincidence. That was destined right there. Yeah.
Okay. I would find out. Well, yeah, this is crazy. Okay, so he's coming through like as a spirit guide right now to you. You know, like he's got a message to tell you. Okay, so this Gene Key moves from the shadow of desire to the gift of lightness to the city of rapture. As every human being learns, the cycle of desire is eternal. My gift to you, I bring good and bad news. The bad, you are not in control of your destiny, and you are never going to get rid of your desire. The good, accepting this bad news will free you to trust in life. It's time to fully feel your desires and to realize that feeling them doesn't mean acting on them indiscriminately or repressing them. You can welcome a desire into your home without allowing it to control your life. Being human is quite a trip, and life is quite a game, a comedy and a tragedy all at once. You might as well enjoy the ride. Keep a sense of humor. Do not pretend to live lightly. Embrace and emanate a true lightness of being. With such an attitude, you won't need to fear your feelings, no matter how painful. A lightness will burn so bright in you, it'll beam out of your eyes, no matter what is happening.
Beautiful. Wow. Beautiful. That's so beautiful. I love that. And I just want to add one little thing to that. Let me add one little thing. Sorry, guys, my Wi-Fi phone died, so I can't read the chat right now, but it's going to be back in a sec. I wanted to say what she just read was so beautiful. One thing I would like to add to that is something I'm working on writing a story that I've experienced. I had stopped at chapter 13 about 2.5 years ago. I just got stuck. And now the experiences that I've just had are allowing me to, I've got things to write about, the experience of your soul work and growth. But one thing that I still feel is a theme that I know from start to finish is there's so much growth from your pain, like your pain spot, connecting to what the thing is that hurts the worst. If you can actually do that with a certain sense of detachment and learn to look at, like it said, life is almost like a game, you're going to feel the pain. Look, there's no escaping pain in this dimension. Third dimension has a lot of pain in it, right? But if you can sort of find a way to not only accept that, but also kind of for just a few moments at a time, detach from it long enough to just see how ridiculous it all is and how it kind of is a game. If you can learn when to let go and when to hold on and what to do, you can really start to become the observer of your own life and actually enjoy everything. Just the contrast. We didn't come here to be happy all the time and never experience it. We came here to experience all of it. The pain, the joy, the contrast of both, falling in love, falling apart when that love ends, all of that. We just, and I love that. And I think the strength comes because of the pain. They're going to be fine. She will be fine. The pain builds character and strength.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful message.
That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Or so they say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Finally, we made it to Taisha. So please go ahead and put your question.
Sorry about the wait, Ty.
You're welcome.
Taisha, Nelly, Michael. That's what I have. Did I miss anyone? Interesting, Nelly.
It is really
Did she already put her question up? Hold on.
Well, she did, but then she retracted it because because we went to Malia. So, but you can put it back
So,
up now.
yep,
And
we have
yeah, I think we
Taisha.
should actually,
Should we
yeah,
close the list?
I think we should close it at Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'll have to take the puppies out. At some point, they're
How
going
are
to
they
start
doing tonight?
barking.
Are they bothering you? Are they looking at you like, come on?
They're sleeping right now. They're in their kennel.
Okay,
They
so
go in
we
their
have
kennel. They're amazing.
Taisha, Nelly, and
They were
Michael.
kennel trained from since they were born.
They're so adorable. It's what is it,
Oh my
Minticon?
God.
And wait, what are their names?
Mintika, and
Minticon.
Horace.
Horace. I love Horace.
Hello, Tanya.
Hello,
Thank you.
Harmonia. Tara. What's her name? Tanya.
Tanya.
Welcome. Hi, nice to see you. I know, we're so glad to be collaborating. We have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping the babies from peeing. Great, Michael. It's all good.
No, these puppies are freaking, they're so smart. Oh my God.
I'm sure they're high
It's
vibers.
amazing. It's been high vibers. I love it.
Oh,
They're
they
so
are.
cute. No, they totally
I
are.
mean,
Okay, here we go. Question.
Gaia sent them. They're high vibrational little fur balls.
See, that's so sweet that you said that.
In the chat.
Okay. Okay, I've been dreaming with a specific person for the past couple of days, and they are the most beautiful dreams. We haven't spoken in 7 months, and things ended badly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Taisha. I know who you're talking about.
Mm.
Hey, Tanya Lee. I'm sorry, Tanya Leah. Did you have a different account before?
Okay, my question is, will we ever see each other again in person, and could we have a healthy relationship? Well, let's see. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh my God, this is actually really cool. Okay, so
Ooh.
you got the
Wait.
fire.
I don't want to. Wait, Jai. You go ahead and read
Yes,
a sec.
yeah.
I won't read. I just want to give her one little hint. In my
Okay,
Syrian
go.
starseed, Taisha, the 10 of cups came out. Just saying, 10 of cups. Okay, go ahead, Jai. That excited me.
I love this. Okay, so the fire crone sage, and it says the cauldron of regeneration. Like, wait, what the fuck?
Ooh.
This is insane.
Wait,
The
cauldron.
cauldron of regeneration, like regenerating energy, which to me says that to the question is, could we ever do this again? Yes, because
Oh yeah.
it has to be regenerated. But the message that I'm getting here is the fire of transformation has to happen, and the regeneration, or like the coming together, or the relationship like going on again, has to be from the two people that have been regenerated. Like, they're different, they've changed,
Like a new creation. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be a whole new thing. It won't survive if it's all the same energy as before. And it's that feel DNA changes that are transforming, mutations that are like good, right? That they regenerate the energy right now, that like the relationship is inside the belly of like this woman, like the fire crone sage, and it's like regenerating, like the energy is regenerating, but it feels like a good thing. It feels like that's where it's at, but it's not going to be there forever, because eventually it will regenerate. So I feel like, to me, this is a yes. It is possible. It just has to go through the fire transformation. The next card you get, which is crazy, is the Magician / the Witch. And the energy is magic. So the magic, right? It's the magic that's going to spark like the life back into you, even if this relationship like works out again or not. The magic, like tapping into your own magic and trusting your own magic, that's what's going to bring this back to life. And I can't tell you whether this is basically going to happen like for sure, because with the Magician card, or just in general the energy of magic, it's like it has to do with the intention that you put into it that will manifest. And so we're manifesting all the time, right? Like the magic playground, right? We're manifesting all the time. We have to be really careful about, are we aware of what we're actually manifesting? Because sometimes we think we're manifesting certain things, but all of our actions and the thoughts in the background are actually manifesting something else. And so this tells you to become aware of what you're actually manifesting about the relationship, but it's sort of like in this space of like regeneration. And this is why there hasn't been any connection or anything. It's because someone is in this space, and it has the potential to change and be different, but people are changing, and who knows, if a relationship is possible again, because people change and things change, and sometimes it doesn't work out in the future. But anyways, what did you get?
Well, I've got similar energy here and exactly what you said to her with the cauldron of regeneration. It's like, listen, a lot of people break up, and I can't tell you how many people have said that to me about relationships lately. Like, so many people will break up, and if there's true love between the two people, you grow, you become better, you kind of find a way back eventually. But that's the thing. Growth, becoming better. There has to be a shift of energy. Two people can't be the way they were in the relationship and come back together, because it's just going to do the same thing, probably a lot quicker. But because you have this 10 of swords here, so there was a hard ending to this. Like 10 of swords, look at this. This thing is like, this person is done. They're not coming back to life. They're stabbed from every way you can get stabbed. This is like, had to happen, right? It's done. You accept that it's over, right? You let it go. Now you're coming back from that, both of you, from that hard ending. And there's a rebuilding process and a growth process for each of you spiritually. You both have to, the hope is that both people, or at least one, maybe both, as a result of this painful ending, went through, if there was true love there, which I think in your case there is, they went through a spiritual transformation, potentially a dark night of the soul that allowed them to grow, to know themselves better. You've got in your foundation here, Taisha, the High Priestess card. So it's definitely recommending that for you. To me, it's saying, if this is your foundation, the High Priestess, then literally for you to move toward that place where there would be any possibility of a reunion, reconciliation energy with that person, the first thing to do is to make sure you're connecting to yourself, to your higher self, to source, and that your focus is on spiritual growth and renewal for you. And as you do that, that would be the thing that would give you the opportunity to approach any relationship that is special or important to you with new eyes, and see if they've changed like you have, right? I do see this person's energy as the King of Swords, and yours is coming out as the Queen of Pentacles. So he definitely sees you, as very abundant and very stable, someone he wants to, whose energy he admires, that you're balanced and stable. He definitely, tries to stay in a very logical place because that works for him well. But I know that there's other stuff going on here that maybe could be a little bit unpleasant. I do think he's grown. I'm not saying he hasn't grown. I just don't know if it's the place where there's going to be communication and an opportunity for reconnection or the resurrection of a relationship. You have the reflection card in the Syrian Starseed Tarot. Hold on one sec. Sorry.
Yeah, that
reflection.
Makes a lot of sense.
This is basically the Hermit, right? So it's like, here you go. Reflection is the same, not the same, but it's the same type of energy where you're taking time out, removing yourself from a situation or from situations, and just being alone with yourself in the cave, listening to your intuition, remembering who you are and what matters to you, remembering what you took with you into that relationship and getting it back. Okay. That's what I definitely see you doing. But yeah, look, you're the Seeker of Flames, right? Seeker of Flames. So you're out there trying to harness that spiritual energy that makes you know the connection is destined. And you've got the Four of Chalices here, which is such a beautiful card.
Wow.
It looks like that woman's wishing on a star. There's such a beautiful sky. I remember someone once read this card in the most beautiful way, and I feel like it's appropriate now. There's all these other stars or opportunities in the sky, and they could represent, people that you've met or meet in life. But then this person that you had the fallout with, or you guys didn't work out recently, and you haven't talked to them, he's that one star that you just can't seem to take your eyes off of, right? You can't forget that person and how special they were. And so you're wondering and asking, like, what's going to happen? Is there hope? Yes, there's hope. You have the 10 of cups here. There's hope. Yeah. I mean, that's why this person stands out so much.
Chalice, the image in that chalice card is almost like a star card, like wishing upon a star, and the star card gives you that hope.
Ooh, yeah. Or, you know what else I noticed? It's like you see the waterfall behind them that just flowing down, and then there's a rainbow at the bottom. It's, to me, it also represents like the reason that this relationship has those 10 of cups, or that any relationship that has the 10 of cups does, is because it's much more than a great love. It's a love that can do things. It's a love that can actually change things, change other people. And when you get like an astrology reading and someone says to you, like, this love can manifest abundance, this matching, and they tell you that, that's because it's that type of energy. And that's one of the reasons that you've got that inability to really see any other star as being the same as this one, right? It's the one that stands out to you, and it's the one you can't forget. Doesn't mean you haven't let go. I know you've let go and you've moved on. You've done what you're supposed to do, but that star stands out to you, and it always will. So yeah, I think there's absolutely a chance. Keep growing.
Was there a crocodile, the card that had like a totem behind it? What was that card that you just behind? Was you had it? You were holding it behind the star.
This one.
Yeah, what is that? Is that a crocodile?
It's an Egyptian statue, I think. I'm not sure what it is. Can you see it better there?
The crocodile god, or am I seeing something?
Or sure.
A lion? Okay, I'm just gonna go with what
I didn't actually notice that that's what it was. I actually didn't look close. I thought it was Anubis, but no, I think it might be. I don't think it's Anubis. Do you recognize? I don't actually recognize it. No?
No, I can't tell. I can't tell what it is, if it's what kind of an animal it is. But anyways, when I looked at that, what I thought I was looking at is Kom Ombo, which is the crocodile god. And it is ancient Egypt. And if you said Anubis, they have a similar energy. The crocodile god, Kom Ombo, so in the Moon Goddess training, one of the temples that we go into is called the Temple of Kom Ombo. And it's actually the temple of the darkness and the temple of facing our fears. And that person sitting in front of, like, I thought was, Kom Ombo is about like facing your own fears. That actually it's a segue into the Gene Key card that you got, because you got the same one that I just pulled, which was the 35th Gene Key, which had that shadow of hunger. And it's about, like, to me, I sense it as like the hunger for the connection, right? Like the hunger for what it was, or the hunger for the relationship, but then transmuting that hunger into making, like, living life as an adventure, and like actually releasing that hunger and knowing that, like, everything is an adventure, and eventually it leads to boundlessness. And you started your reading talking about boundaries or something like that. I can't remember, but it just feels like the boundlessness is what is calling you right now. I feel that very strongly. And then I did pull the seventh Gene Key as the clarification, because I was like, well, we just got this card of, moving from the shadow of hunger to the gift of adventure, and recognizing that. But what is the clarification? And this is the clarification. The seventh Gene Key, which moves from the shadow of division to the gift of guidance to the city of virtue. The real leader is the ultimate listener. I am here to share that true leadership is not about forcibly imposing an agenda or interfering in others' lives. It is about lovingly empowering from behind the scenes. Be not driven by the fear of oppression or the love of power, but by a profound love of service. I am here to provide you with true guidance. I come to recognize the wise, free leader in you and to help you trust in your own direction. I am listening. And the connection to this for you is to trust in the process, right? That's what leaders do. They don't, so they don't, and I know you're not, I mean, I don't know, but I'm assuming and I'm sensing that you're not, like Jason said, trying to like go get them and all this stuff. Like, you're not trying to force it. You're just experiencing a moment of like kind of reflecting and reminiscing. But leadership how people like lead is by like standing in their power and knowing that, and also knowing that you have to just sometimes be behind the scenes and just do your thing and let the energy either come alive if it's going to come back alive, or let it burn out if it's going to burn out, and know that no matter what happens, it's all going to be really beautiful. No matter how it turns out, it's all going to be beautiful. So
Mm,
anyways, that's what I wanted to
love
add.
that. I love that. I love it. Sounds like a Michael said, sounds like a
Awesome.
separation or for transformation. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keisha, what you're saying about you feel like that lady in the card, I was just typing it and put it in the chat. I feel the same way when I look at that card. I'll pull it up one more time. Such a beautiful card and the big star in the sky. It's very hopeful. To me, it doesn't feel
I
sad
love
though. It
that
feels
card.
hopeful. Don't you think it feels hopeful? Like she's alone and she's
Well, she's surrounded. Yeah, she does feel hopeful. She's surrounded by the water and the ocean, which is the, the emotions.
right.
So there's a longing, like there's a
There's definitely a
long,
longing. It's not exactly what
yeah,
like what you call happy, but it's like wistful and
yeah, yeah,
hopeful. But
yeah,
it makes me feel moved too as well, Tasha.
yeah. She does.
Taisha, I did it again. I started to call her Tasha.
We got Nellie next, and then Michael.
Hey, Nelly.
Here we go.
Hey, Rebecca. Welcome back.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Marriage and career. There's been a huge shift towards working on reconstructing intimacy within my marriage, while I'm also exploring a brand new career path in education. Both take up a ton of space, but I'm finally ready and making more room. How does Spirit want me to show up to both, and what guidance do I need? All right. Restructuring. Gonna read it again. Restructuring with intimacy and exploring a brand new career. It's so funny.
So wait, the
because
question is fine. So between marriage and the education path, the career and education, that's the other part.
There's two things going on. It's like, I'll just read it again. There's been a huge
Okay, I'm
shift
sorry.
no, it's fine. Towards working on reconstructing intimacy within my marriage, while I'm also exploring a brand new career path in education. Both take up a ton of space, but I'm finally ready and making more room. How does Spirit want me to show up to both, and what guidance do I need?
Great, got it. Okay, love that. Well, make sure you guys are setting goals together and planning together. That's so important.
I was
Never
going to
stop
say
doing
that the
that.
very first thing that comes to me, is it's interesting, and I have such a weird, unique perspective on relationships, because my relationships were basically shit until I met Dawn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even kidding about that. And the reason for that is because, well, for one, we're both projectors, right? So
Mhm.
we're not overbearing on each other. It's
Yeah.
like the projector energy we give each other so much space, and things flow so naturally to me. So when I hear, and I have to put that to the side, because when I hear, the question that you're asking, Nelly, and that you have to like make space for it, it's like instantly I feel like, is it like, should you really have to make space for it? It should be something that should just be natural, like that's
That's
the first
certainly.
hit that I got. It's like, wait a minute. If you feel like you have to make space for it, if you feel like you have to kind of like make it happen, or that maybe that's not the right word, of like you have to like fit it into your life, that's a weird sort of like the base, like where you're starting at the base of it just feels like it doesn't have a good foundation. I know that's probably really hard to hear, but I just have to be completely honest. I know you, Nelly. We have, we know each other. And so I just wanted to just say that, because that's the first thing that came to me. It's like, well, Is it really like, can you go a little bit deeper into it? And like, do you really truly like desire it? You know, do you really, where's you, that, like, it's just wanting you, the message is, it's wanting you to tap into it deeper and really ask yourself, is this something that I have to fit on my to-do list kind of a thing? That's kind of the
Yeah.
energy that I'm getting. I don't want to put you on the spot, but like, that's the truth. It's like your energy is really wanting to go towards that new career. Your energy is really wanting to go towards that, like, oh my God, that's the exciting thing. And then it feels like this other thing, you know what I mean? Like, I have to put a lot of work into. And so, but I want to, but I really want to do this. Like, I'm just sensing the energy. So I just wanted to throw that out there before I haven't even looked at the cards. Um, just want to throw
You
that out there. Okay, go. Sit.
you want me to
What
do
do you
start?
got?
Okay. So what I
Yeah.
mean, I just want to sort of a little bit go with, but acknowledge what you were saying and the fact that there is something to that. I don't know exactly what it is, but in her foundation, she has the Eight of Swords showing. So that's an energy, the Eight of Swords is kind of feeling stuck, or a lot of people describe it as a self-imposed prison. Like you'll see the woman with the blindfold on and all the swords around her, like she can't move. So you might be feeling a little bit um, suffocated, or whatever that feeling, how it is, how you translate it.
I think
There's a,
that's what
there's
I'm
a
sensing.
there's
Yeah.
a feeling of being also in this deck with the woman like hanging her body out the window of this tower, like she wants to be able to get some air and some space or something. That doesn't mean you don't love your spouse. I'm sure you love your spouse very much. I don't know why you would be married if you didn't, but I think it just means that you've got a lot on your plate, like you said, and at this point in time, everything feels like work instead of like it's coming natural. And so that
Right. Yeah,
you got to figure out
that's what it felt like, right?
why and what
Yeah.
to do. You do have the Two of Cups. So obviously, there's a beautiful, strong, loving connection here, but you have the Hanged Man sort of attached to this. So what it's saying is that either you're afraid of what you're doing, that there's going to be stagnation in the relationship, or there already is some stagnation energy, because the Hangman is a major arcana, and it's like being stuck in one place. It's not a bad thing always, but it's definitely, I think, attached to this not great. It may not feel great because you're kind of not getting a lot of forward movement. But if it's where you already are, I could see why it would be like kind of a challenge to figure out how you're going to make all this work. So if it's where you are not yet, but you're worried about, or it's coming in, that's the major arcana. So it's not it's kind of something you're supposed to deal with right now. You're supposed to have to go, okay, why is this sort of feeling this way to me? And you don't even have to probably address it with anyone else. It's for you to go within, and it's about your autonomous soul, and for you to decide what's going on. You do have the Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Good communication, honest communication is going to move you forward in a beautiful way. It's going to move you to a more comfortable space. You've got, that's what the Six of Swords really is. I feel like those are kind of working together, though. That's really important. That communication, honestly assessing, what's going on inside, and then allowing things to be shifted, and maybe making some compromises or changes. You might even want to consider writing a letter. I don't know why you would do that for your spouse, but sometimes when we have trouble articulating things, it's a great way to, and also to be romantic sometimes, maybe a love letter, but also include some things about all that you're trying to get done, and that you appreciate whatever patience or, that type of thing. In the Syrian starseed, you've got the Six of Crystals, right? So there's definitely an issue here for you. There's an issue of balancing, no doubt about it, right? This would not be coming up as this is foundational here in the Syrian starseed now. So you got to figure out what's going to work best for you. And remember, no matter what it is, don't be afraid to put yourself and your needs first. And I know, listen, when we're in a partnership, especially a marriage, like good people who love their partner, put their partner up there too, but you do still have to put yourself and your needs top first, always. Because if you're not, then that could be the problem that comes up later in the relationship. Nobody respects someone who consistently allows you to step over them to step over your boundaries. They'll eventually not respect you. Nine of Flames. So you're right here with this Nine of Flames about to complete something. And it's very important for you that you do it without sort of stopping or there seems to be this, like, I don't want to run out of steam. I don't know what it is or what's going on, but you can take a break. You can stop and take a break. You're so strengthened from your experiences and the things you've learned that the only thing you really need to remember is not to overdo it. And don't remember, when you understand manifestation, that it's about the sweet spot, finding the sweet spot, and you found that sweet spot once or twice. I know for me, I always had a tendency to backslide a little bit and want to try to push the manifestations, push, but really that doesn't do any good. So there's a little bit of push energy here for you, like trying to make something manifest and make it happen and get as much done as you can. But remember, things manifest when you find the sweet spot, when you step into it, when you hold it. You don't need to do anything. It's not only don't push, it's like you don't even have to put any hard work in. It's easy. It's the sweet spot. So just remember that.
Think about it.
Don't even have to think about it. You just have to do it. Yeah, it'll happen. And well, yeah, you're always manifesting, but the conscious things that you're trying to be consciously aware of and bring in, even those you don't have to push or work hard for. And then you've got the Sage of Crystals here. Material world stuff, you're going to be great. And I feel like more than that, the material world is not even really the problem here. In fact, it might be that the material world is an area where you might have an advantage or a strength over your partner down the road. And so just be aware that as you start to appear more and more abundant and more strong, that will be a time when it's going to be really important to gauge and assess your spouse, your partner, and where they're at, and then go from there to try to plan out how to best keep the energy in the relationship give and take, mutually beneficial, and spending time together. But right now, I would just really spend some time going within and trying to figure out what needs to be balanced out here. Yeah.
So interesting. I also got the Earth Priestess Mother card, and this just kind of looks very much like in your power. And this Six of Water, it says dreaming at the bottom. But what I want to point out about this card is, I don't know if you can see it very clearly here, but in her face, the girl that's being held is like, oh, she's just exhausted, she just seems like she's holding her heart, she's exhausted, she's tired. It's like it's almost like, God, this is a story, like that's what I feel like. This has been going on for a while, and there's exhaustion there, and it's a dreaming card, and you have the dream of the dolphins floating in the universe, but it's like you're tired, and I think that's what I'm tapping into. Is like, when I was asking you to go deeper, it's like, what do you really feel inside? Are you just tired and exhausted, of like always like, sure, I'll keep trying. And then after a while, the trying, you don't want to try anymore, So that's why I'm asking you, like, deep down inside, is this really what's going on? Like, just tap in. I'm not saying it is, but I mean, that's what I'm feeling, and that's what's coming through. So I feel like you're exhausted, but in a way, like, you're not alone. There is someone who is like supporting you and like holding you. And I don't know if that's like a spirit guide or like someone in your life right now. It feels like a mother energy, may not be like your mother specifically, but just someone, a friend, or someone who like you need support. Like you need like support, from like people who like love you and who understand and who are like, they're willing to like be there for you throughout like this, this time. But I do feel like you're just like exhausted, Also, this card shows you in your power, which means that sometimes when, especially the relationship with like the feminine energy is like super in their power, it can be intimidating, And I do feel like you may cause that in the relationship. Like there's some kind of like, intimidation. So what happens when you're like super, super intimidating to other people is you have to somehow like do your best to, well, be yourself, don't stop being yourself, but like just take some steps back, right? And I'm sure that's where the exhaustion comes in, because she did mention that he's an avoider and I am not. So yes, felt stuck for a long time. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like the pushing forward, the strong, like pushing and pushing and pushing, that's like not, obviously not going to work in this situation. But you may be experiencing that, like there's intimidation because of that, because I feel like you're all the time like in very strong power. And the gene key that you get is the 42nd gene key with the gift of non-attachment. I mean, of
Mm.
all things, right? This moves from the okay, this is epic. This moves from the shadow of expectation, this just like nailing it on the head, to the gift of detachment, to the city of celebration. What I feel the lightness coming through just reading the message.
Mm.
Detachment
Love that.
represents the process of letting go of control over your life, physically, mentally, and emotionally. My gift to you: I bring you the gift of non-attachment. I'm here to remind you that everything in life must come to an end so that something new can be born. It is time to surrender to your life and accept your death. This does not mean you stop desiring, caring, or feeling. In fact, I want you to feel and breathe even more intensely than you ever have. Nor does this mean you can't hold expectations. Just hold them lightly, without attachment. Trust the intelligence of your life with its ebbs and flows, joys and pains. Even the most sorrowful states can be enjoyed if you can let your attachments fall away. Remember, you are an unfolding tale, its author and reader all at once. Never miss an opportunity to celebrate your magnificent self and life.
Mm.
So, damn.
That's beautiful.
Just she
That
said
is
got
beautiful.
called out.
What?
He looks like a She said, I just got called out. She said, damn.
Hey, listen, Nelly, I read some of your comments about your situation. Be strong. Listen, you are one half of that situation, and you are just your feelings, everything are just as important as his. And when someone's avoidant or anything like that, then that makes adds just another layer of the difficulty. But if there's love there and a willingness, maybe you guys can do some things to try to fix that, whether it's counseling or whatever, whatever works for you. But the biggest thing is
The only way
the
I
love
can
that's
tell you
both
this
there
is
and
that
the willingness is there.
I can tell you that the only way that this will work is if you see each other clearly. Like
Mm.
if you see each other raw, clear, like in that space, there's no lies, there's no deception. Like that's the only way this is gonna work. Like, and I could tell you that
Yeah,
from experience, because it's not like I talk about my relationship, and I often talk about how I feel like it is the best relationship I've ever had, but it has its ups and downs. Like it's not perfect,
sure.
but
No,
that space,
there's no such
yeah,
thing as a perfect
being in
relationship.
that space of like,
And don't you agree? Love is not just a feeling, guys. Love is a decision. This is the big thing I keep saying to people. Love is not just a feeling, it's a decision. When you love someone, that's a decision to love them
it's
and continue,
yeah, like here's,
grow together.
if you are not able to be vulnerable in front of him, then it won't work.
Yeah.
Like that's the key. Like vulnerability is being open and being honest. Like
Yeah.
fully, like all cards on the table, with you don't know what the other person's going to say. You don't know
It
how they're
takes a
going to
lot
feel.
of
They might be
courage.
like, right. That's the only way it'll work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know where it's at, but I know that that's from experience, that's the only way.
And shame, shame. It took me till after. I'm very grateful for the fact that my ex and I were able to loved each other and wanted to be friends and stay friends. For us, it was more of a timing thing, and we're just in different places. But shame can keep you from being vulnerable and honest. And I think that goes both ways. And I had some one specific thought or feeling that I had to really go there to share. Because if you love someone, guys, and you want to have any kind of a relationship, from my perspective, it's about, being willing, like Jai said, about to be vulnerable and let them see you, whether you're going to be spouses or just friends. If there's love there, let them see you. And then through that vulnerability, it allows at least a better understanding of where you're coming from and what you're working with. Because if you're not being honest or open and vulnerable.
Here's the thing is that, like, if what you are saying, and if there's someone, here's a better way to put this, if there's someone in the background that's like controlling and making the decisions, there's that part of you that's like controlling and making decisions and thinking about it and being like, okay, this and this and this and this and this, but that part of you never gets revealed, then you're not opening up. You're not
Right.
being vulnerable. You're not like truly being honest, because if there's that part of you that's always trying to control things and like manage it and like make sure that it's, this or that or whatever, that's like that little voice inside that is not, that no one knows that that's there, but it's always there, kind of a thing. And so like that person needs to come to the front.
Yep.
That's the part of you that needs to come to the front, be honest.
Yep.
And because you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm going to say this and say this and say this and present this and present this. But the truth is that there's somebody else in the background calling the shots, and like, no, that person needs to come forward. Because that's the one shots.
Right. Yeah. And that's why it's so hard, because not only do you have to do that, then the other person, they have to be willing to do that too. So a lot of times you have to just, be willing to do that on your own,
right,
whether or not they're going to do that, to be able to be vulnerable and trust that, whatever the outcome is, know that you've done what you're responsible for and kept, your part of the deal.
Because what we really feel about something, if we're not able to really say how we really feel to someone, be completely honest about how we feel and what we think about it and what's going on in our own personal experience of the relationship, then the other person will never feel that connection, that deep connection to us, because they will always feel like there's a boundary. There's only, you can only go this far, and this door, like this side, this part never comes out. And so if that person's feeling that there's a boundary there, then they're not going to feel that connection. If that connection is not there, then it's not there, so yeah.
Yep. And it probably is there, Nelly. I mean, I think, you can deal with the stuff that you mentioned, and it doesn't have to be, any big ending or anything, but I definitely think that's the way to go. You've got to be vulnerable. Like Jai said, allow yourself to be seen, be vulnerable, and make an appointment to do that. Like really do that. Make it a point. Buy appointments.
Yeah. And it goes for both, obviously, but both people.
Both of, well, yeah, especially if you're in a marriage or a committed relationship. I mean, if you're not growing together, something's wrong. Right? I mean, that's pretty simple.
Yeah. Hella deep truth.
Right.
All right. We got one more. Michael. Awesome.
I'm hearing that. What's that Destiny's Child song? Oh, Lose My Breath. I'm hearing that in my head. Like the lead into it. It's like a drum. It's got like a drum line. Lose My Breath by Destiny's Child from like 2004, I think. I'm like going way back.
I don't remember.
Way back.
2004.
Yep.
She says sat to the motherfucking nom.
Can you keep up? Begging the boy, made me lose my breath. Bring the noise, made me lose my breath. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay.
You remember that song?
Yes, I don't. It was, it's not one of those songs that like. It's definitely not one of those songs that I sang a lot, obviously, because I would have remembered the lyrics.
Me neither. And then I don't remember who bought the CD. Somebody bought the CD, and then they left it in my car, and I started playing it, and I loved it. And I would listen to like about eight of the songs on that specific record of theirs. Pretty good. Soldier was on that one. Soldier, Lose My Breath.
No, I can hear it in
Survivor.
my head. I can hear the song in my
Survivor
head.
too. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop.
I have a love-hate relationship with Beyonce.
Me too. Me too. You know I do. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I like, just some songs I think are so beautiful, and then some songs are just straight up annoying.
I like Halo. I always like the song Halo.
There are some songs that are, like I said, it's love, hate, love, hate. There's no in between.
Sorry, Michael. I'm so sorry. He's like, did you see my question? I put it up there like an hour ago. Sorry, Michael. We're getting off track
I
here.
just now see it. Okay.
You're welcome. He put it up a little higher too. Thank you for taking my question. Traveling out of town tomorrow for 5 days, checking my blind spot and asking what I need to know and focus on for this trip. All right.
Okay. Okay, so let me start. The first card you get is the 3 of water, or 3 of cups. I think that's a really beautiful energy. There's a family in this card. I don't know why they're holding on to a head, but
is it a family of rabbits?
Well, that is the year of the rabbit. But yeah, I think it looks like a family. No, there's a rabbit, there's a wolf, and then there's a woman. Anyways, love makes a family. Yeah, it is crazy. Love makes a family. I think what you're gonna experience on this trip could be something unexpected but beautiful. That's what I'm getting. I feel like you might not realize how much support you're gonna experience on this trip. And I don't know what the trip is for or whatever, or what you're gonna be doing, but I feel like there's a cohesiveness energy, and I think that might be the thing that might surprise you about the actual trip. Like, it's not a blind spot, it's something that's gonna like show up and be like, hey, did you know that this was here? And you're gonna uncover it for the trip. The other card you get is the 2 of water. So the 2 of cups. That's kind of interesting, right? But this one is focused on motherly love. Look at this picture. It says water is love. Like, how beautiful is that? It's almost like inner child stuff too. Like the mother and the child, the love of the mother and the child is unconditional. It's forever. It never ends. It's just always there. The essence of it is always there. But what I'm getting is that this, at least in this deck, I mean, we know what the 2 of cups kind of means, in traditional tarot, but in this deck, it's just water is love. So like, look at this, so beautiful energies, like love, family, connection, like, friendship, like celebration, like groups of people feeling cohesive and together. I mean, like, I feel like that's really beautiful energy. Because that would really surprise me. So I don't know, but we'll see. That's what I got.
Is that because you're going to be dressed as a medieval hippie? Have you ever heard? I told Michael he was talking about a costume for something, and it's a medieval hippie is the costume. To me, it's like those 2 words don't even go together. Medieval and hippie. I don't know. I'm all for it though. I can't wait to see it. So
what?
Yeah,
and then you got the 44th gene key of teamwork. What the hell? I'll talk about it when you're done. But what? Anyways, go on.
Okay, crazy. Noella Marie, thank you. We're glad to be here with you. Hello. Okay, so Michael, in the foundation of the Syrian starseed, you've got the Great Wheel. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune turning. So that's something to be aware of as you go on this journey. That you're entering a new chapter, a new phase of your life, and closing out another one, which makes sense considering what this new moon energy we're in right now is about, which is kind of the same thing. You also have the moon card, Luna, the moon, right? So pay very close attention to your deepest desires and to what you're doing when you start to feel aligned with those deepest desires. Are you out with someone having a great time dancing? Are you at the gym? I don't know. Just really pay attention to when you feel aligned to your desires. You've got the 9 of Cups, 9 of Chalices here. So there's basically an opportunity for you to receive whatever it is you want at this point. That's like the lottery card, winning the lottery card. This is good luck, abundance, love, happiness, and you've got divine justice. So upright. So it's like you've got good karma here. Things are coming in nicely. And last but not least, the Seven of Flames. Okay. So the Seven of Flames is like, this is your warning card. It's like, okay, you've got all of this coming in. Don't block it. Don't let your past and your mind get in the way of not believing in possibility. Like, I get it. Like, we've talked about some of the things that you have to be careful about and stuff in relationships and in other areas. But based on all of that, I would say whatever the universe is trying to send in, don't be the one to say, nope, I don't want that. Make peace with whatever the past is and whatever your potential resistance could be there, because this is good. If you focus on your greatest desires and your highest imagined outcome, that's what you'll get. From the Deviant Moon Tarot, you've got in your foundation here the Seven of Cups. So you could be a little bit kind of on this trip, be a little overwhelmed by too many options or too much of a good thing. There's a lot of energy there and a lot of cups, and it can also be confusion coming in. There's a Knight of Wands, younger energy, fire, a King of Cups, more mature energy, water, and then you've got the Six of Pentacles. So watch your finances on this trip and make sure that you don't get carried away one night. Just make sure you're pretty good at this. I think just knowing your personality, obviously set limits for yourself and make sure you're very good at sticking with them each day, because this is like the need to kind of pull back after giving too much to someone or for yourself, over giving, and then the need for balance.
Somebody walking through the underworld.
Crazy. I know these cards are insane. These Deviant Moon cards they're kind of sick, but I like them. I don't know. they give me good stuff.
Yeah, no, they're cool. They're cool.
Which is the point.
So 44. Wait, are you finished?
I'm done. Yeah, that's it.
I didn't ask.
That's it for Michael. But
so
I've got
the 44th gene key with the gift of teamwork. First of all, the number 44, right? It's like powerful numerology. It moves from the shadow of interference to the gift of teamwork to the city of Synarchy. The gift of teamwork is therefore about recognizing who belongs in your life. To remind you that you always attract relationships that teach you to know in order to grow. The more you trust that people are in your life for a reason, the more you'll be able to learn the relational lessons you need to learn, and the better your judgment will be when it's time to partners, friends, collaborators. I want you to trust your instincts. Start smelling the people in your life. Ask yourself, who are my true allies? You have the potential to experience more trust, harmony, and teamwork in groups than you can possibly imagine. When your destiny will naturally and magically unfold. I kept getting that same message throughout the reading, so I feel like it's pretty strong. I don't know what you're gonna go do or what, but I like these cards. This feels good.
That was good. I like that too. Good stuff.
Awesome.
Really, really good stuff. I think that's it.
Boom.
Thank you, Michael.
We're complete.
Wait, you're gonna do a giveaway, right? Jai?
Oh, it's a giveaway. That's right. How do you usually do those?
A roller. Isn't it a roller you're giving away? Yeah, I want it.
Wait, how do you usually do the giveaway? Do you need to
the way I usually do a giveaway is put the names of the people who got the reading in the bowl and then just draw. You want me to do that?
Yeah. Do that.
Okay. Hold on. I didn't know if there was another way you wanted to do it, so I didn't.
No, right. I didn't. Yeah, no, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
I'll talk. Let's talk about the Andromeda. So basically everybody that, while you do that, I'll just share this. Everybody that just got a reading we're doing a giveaway. And I'm giving away this Andromeda starseed oil blend, which actually is the Andromeda is the starseed energy of liberation of the soul. And I thought this was really cool since Jason and I are actually planning, we're going to be doing a course together called Liberating the Inner Child. And this one just kind of jumped out at me when I went to say, which one am I going to give away? This is the one. Andromeda is about, it's the story of a girl, a young girl who was her mother was boasting that she was the most beautiful of the Nereids, which were the servants of Poseidon, right, the god of the sea. Now, because of that, Poseidon gets all pissed off and sends this sea monster to go and basically eat her, like destroy her. So she gets tied, she gets chained to a rock in the sea, and the sea monster is going to come and get her. But Perseus, who has just defeated the dark goddess Medusa, cut off her head, he uses Medusa's eyes to petrify the monster and free Andromeda. And so the quest to liberate the soul is like fearlessly continued. And that's the theme of Andromeda. And if you actually have the Andromeda starseed marking in your chart, which who knows what sign it's in? Anybody in the chat knows what sign it's in? Well, it's in Aries. And Aries is that fiery passion that comes alive. Aries is also the Fool in the major arcana, and the Fool is about leaping into the void, like feeling that inspired passion and like going for it. And that's the feeling that liberates you. And that is totally what like also liberating the inner child is really about. So the other thing is that this starseed energy gets activated when the sun enters Aries, which is going to be happening March 21st, which is going to enter Aries while we're in the class, because the class starts March 16th.
Sweet.
So anyways,
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me I'm gonna show you guys on the screen as I put the 8 names in the glass bowl, and then pick one. So that's Malia, Ariel, sorry. I like to pronounce names right, but I'm not very good at that. Jeanette, Raven.
Oh, yeah.
Zainab.
Well,
Taisha.
14, 27 are 2 big ones, but there's more in between there.
Nelly.
There's lots of stars in Andromeda.
And Michael. That's it. All right. Ready?
Boom.
I'm not looking. I'm looking away. Got one. Taisha.
Wait.
Taisha.
Oh.
What?
No, I wanted to guess. I wanted to test my psychic skill.
Is she still here? Is Taisha still here? I don't know if she's still here, but I know about her.
I don't know, but she won. Yeah, so you'll have to get her to send me her name and address that she wants me to send it to. Congratulations!
Yeah, Taisha, if you're here, put your.
I wonder if she has the Andromeda starseed markings in her chart.
I'm going to tell her
if you want to know, I do starseed readings. Okay, cool. If you want to know if you have starseed markings in your chart, get a starseed reading. And I've actually just naturally started offering the extension chart, where I go into like the Isis, Osiris, Nephthys set asteroids and the new starseed markings that I learned. So anybody who has already had one, I can do an extension starseed reading for 108. That's what I decided. But anyways, I sold one today, like randomly. I wasn't even planning on it. So I guess it's happening.
Awesome.
Very excited. All right, cool. Well, I don't think she's here, but congratulations. We'll get her info. Just send it to me. No worries. And
I will.
Thank you guys all for being here tonight and getting a reading from us. This was really fun. And we're so excited about a new course, and the details will be coming out within the next week. So if you're curious about liberating your inner child, stay tuned.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to be more to come on that. We can't wait to do this. It's going to be so good, so exciting, and so necessary and healing for all of us. So let's do it.
Satnam. We'll see you guys next time. And
See you
then
guys
I'll
later.
have
Satnam,
Jason
I'll see you
come
guys
on my
Wednesday.
channel.
I'll be here
Yeah,
Wednesday
it's
for hump day. Hump day.
awesome.
Hump day.
And then we'll have
I
you
got
come
you.
on my channel soon.
Oh, for sure. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.